Well, and sometimes it surprises me on how he responds to, because he tries to make, crack jokes, and be funny. But then other times, he almost lost his temper with one of the reporters. And I don't even know which reporter it was, but a little surprised by his anger.
Are you? He threatened to beat somebody up when he was running, talking about how tough he is. And
but he knows he's this is like a big presser for him, and he should know. Yeah, keep things more light.
Yeah. I know that you dispute the characterization that you called folks who would oppose those voting bills as being Bull Connor or George Wallace, but you said that they would be sort of in the same camp.
No, I didn't say that. Look what I said. Go back and read what I said.
Ooh.
And tell me if you think I called anyone who voted on the side of the position taken by Bull Connor that they were Bull Connor. And that is an interesting reading of English. I assume you got in the journalism because you like to write.
So I ask every elected official in America, how do you want to be remembered? At consequential moments in history, they present a choice. Do you want to be on the side of Dr. King or George Wallace? Do you want to be on the side of John Lewis or Bull Connor? Do you want to be on the side of Abraham Lincoln or Jefferson Davis?
He got so angry with the reporter. I mean, seriously, it's a good question.
Right. But the problem is he's just reading somebody else's mumble jumbo,
But he's not telling the truth here, because yes, he did. He basically said that these people are voting on the side of these, racist people.
Well,
do you know who Bull Connor is, by the way?
No, enlighten me.
Yeah, I had to look him up because I wasn't around back when he was.
I know who William Wallace is.
William Wallace. So Bull Connor, he was an American politician, served as commissioner of public safety for the city of Birmingham, Alabama. Hotspot for racism, of course. And he was in there for 2 decades, and he's a member of the Democrat Party, and he was strongly opposed to the civil rights movement of the 1960s. Right. I want to move forward towards some of the other parts of this where the press started asking questions, and one of them was talking about Biden kind of over-promising things, because when he was running for office, he promised that he was going to unite the country and he was going to shut down COVID.
COVID's going to be at a standstill.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of interesting to hear his response.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President. I know some of my colleagues will get into some specific issues, but I wanted to zoom out on your first year in office. Inflation is up. Your signature domestic legislation is stalled in Congress. In a few hours from now, the Senate, an effort in the Senate to deal with voting rights and voting reform legislation is going to fail. COVID-19 is still taking the lives of 1,500 Americans every day, and the nation's divisions are just as raw as they were a year ago. Did you overpromise to the American public what you could achieve in your first year in office, and how do you plan to course correct going forward?
Why are you such an optimist? Look,
Trying to be
I didn't
funny.
overpromise, but I have probably outperformed what anybody thought would happen. The fact of the matter is that
that could be
we're
true.
in a situation where we have made enormous progress. You mentioned the number of deaths from COVID. Well, it was 3 times that not long ago. It's coming down. Everything's changing.
Because everybody's dying.
It's getting better. Look, I didn't overpromise, but I think if you take a look at what we've been able to do, you'd have to acknowledge we made enormous progress.
Oh my gosh.
But one of the things that I think is something that
he's getting to it.
One thing I haven't been able to do so far is get my Republican friends to get in the game of making things better in this country.
Because you have no Republican friends.
He takes forever to answer the question, and he just says that we did a good job. We've improved in a lot of
what.
But exactly, and then he
we did a good job in improving.
And then he shifts over to starting this process of blaming the Republicans for his failures. It's hard because even just that clip, I wanted to stop halfway through because it was kind of dragging on. This is the entire presser.
Right. And
We passed a lot of things that people don't even understand what's in it, understandable.
gas.
One of the things that I remember saying, and I'll end this, I think it's extremely realistic to say to people, because let me back up. So whether or not we can actually get election, and by the way, I haven't given up. We haven't finished the vote yet on what's going on voting rights and the John Lewis bill and others. Allison Harris, please. Very few schools are closing.
I hate that.
Over 95% are still open. Is becoming much more informed on the the motives of
My son.
some of the political players and some of the
give him something to read fast.
and the political parties.
What are the
Mr.
political
President.
parties?
By the way, it's a quarter of, guys, so I'm going to do this. If you answer me easy questions, I'll give you quick answers.
Just ask him easy questions.
That's my president. Thanks for listening to the shortened version of our show.
If you want to catch the full audio episode, you can find it here or wherever you find your podcast. But if you want to see the full version in video format, you can catch us on YouTube, Rumble, and now on Spotify.